Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. Now, we had Deku and we also had Kara. These two, they got locked in prison. Now, they were attacked in the last part, and Deku, after he saved Kara, she got mad at him. And the two, they were actually able to live out the rest of their sentences. Now, they spent 6 months in prison, and the two, they've had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to sit here and talk. It feels weird. I mean, they're both Kryptonian. They both landed on Earth in a bizarre way. It just doesn't make sense. There's Kal-El, there's Kara, and then there's Duville. And that's it. But what if it wasn't it? What if there were more Kryptonians out there? Kandor, a city Brainiac stole from Krypton years ago. I mean, it's possible, right? Kandor still exists? Maybe Brainiac still has it around in his ship somewhere. I mean, they don't know why he would take a city from a dying planet. So, what does that mean? Now, Deku and Kara, they have talked about it before. The city known as Kandor, does it still exist? Is it still around? And if it is, if they find it, would Clark like to see it? Now, obviously Kara and Deku, these two, they're oblivious to what's going on Earth. Right now, though, they think if they find Kandor and let Clark go there, it will allow him to calm down. It might help him with his grief. Now, obviously, these two, they're also a bit selfish. Right now, Kara, she wants Kandor because she might have family there. And Deku wants Kandor because he wants to help his race. He wants to meet other Kryptonians. He wants to actually meet another Zod. And, well, Kandor sounds like the place that would have many, especially from the way Kara described it. Now, with that, there actually is Deku and Kara. They got released and they got their rings back. After they were calmed down, they were going to train with them. And right now, the Lanterns, there's a lot going through their mind. Right now, the Guardians, they have a few ideas. The Kryptonians could be good allies. The Kryptonians could do very good on the side of willpower. But rage. Let's have them use their rage first. See how good they are with that. See if they can control it. See what they can do. Let's see where they're at before we make any rash decisions. Any that we'd regret. Now, the Guardians, they begin their training. And right now, Deku and Kara, they do show off their already proficient powers. But then there's actually the thought-based weapon, the ring. And right now, the two show them off. Deku, when it does come to certain ideas, he has a better handle on them. When it does come to war, come to actual fighting and combat, Deku shows expertise. But Kara, she shows creativity. She shows imagination. She does show that right now, she has a bit more of a unique side to show to the fight. Now, Deku obviously, though, he's just straightforward. And he is direct. Now, with that, we actually do have weeks later. Now, Deku and Kara, these two, they have done quite a bit. They have begun training and have even gone on patrol with lanterns. Right now, they are to stay on standby. They can do a lot. They can train, they can relax. Right now, though, they want the lanterns, they want these to just stay on Oa. They want them to stay here for a multitude of reasons. Right now, they want to try and do a few things. They want to get a force together to go talk to Superman. And these two, they would definitely be convincing. Now, right now though, these two, they don't want to be a part of this. They still want information on Brainiac. And Deku, he's actually taken a bit of initiative and asked around. Try and ask every Green Lantern that he can. Now, people talk about Brainiac. Some have heard rumors, some have encountered him, and a lot of people, they don't even believe him to actually exist. I mean, there's a conspiracy out there that maybe it's the Guardians. They messed up before with the Manhunters. So maybe Brainiac is really just a Manhunter that they reprogrammed. Maybe Brainiac is a Manhunter reprogrammed to save a civilization and their history. Because the Guardians, they messed up. Now, obviously, Deku believes that to be bullshit. Kara, if Ganthet or any of the other Guardians, I mean, if they were trying to save history of planets, then why not just go to them and gather it? Why take a whole city? Preserve the population, maybe? Yeah, no. What Brainiac does is put them in zoos. That's what it sounds like. And Deku doesn't like that. Now, there actually was where Deku, he talked to another Green Lantern. And they even tried to talk about what they've heard. Now, Deku, he does listen. And right now there actually is Kara. Kara is thinking about a few of the things on her mind. Duvil Zod. Duvil Zod. Duvil Zod, whenever she first met him, he was definitely somebody else. He definitely seemed very, well, what's the best way of saying it? Militaristic? Very together, in order, very precise. He was just so strange. He still is. God damn it. The mystery. Of course. Now, Cardis think to Cass. Cass is one of her best friends. And she even talked about it before. He's mysterious. But he really isn't. Okay, so he came to Earth and was raised by a military department? Okay, that doesn't sound too abnormal from Azad. But the way they went about it, I mean, murder, executions, torture, and espionage, it sounds a bit different from Azad as well. Yes, Zods are taught many tactics and arts, but what they taught Deku, it's a lot more forceful than she likes to admit. But he's been honest with her. Direct. He obviously has his own wants and needs. He wants someone to understand him. And, well, he still does feel guilty about Lois. She does too. Now, Kara would look up. It feels bad to say, but the two, they've bonded through their grief. I mean, their guilt, really. Deku let the Joker live, and he killed Lois. She gave Lois that lead, and she didn't even go in to help her. She just let Lois walk into a trap. I mean, Jimmy Olsen, too. That was Kal-El's best friend, and he got shot in the head. I mean, they just feel responsible for so much. Maybe a piece of home can help Cal. Now, that's what Cardis think. Her mind drifting back to Cass whenever she does hear Deku's voice. Now, She was going to bring up a ring, asking him what. I may have found something. What did you find? Not much. But at the same time, something interesting. There's a rumor going around. What rumor? Well, right now, the rumor is that another planet's going to be attacked by Brainiac. And that rumor just so happens to be in a star system a bit of ways from here. A bit of ways? Far away. Listen, we can head there, see what's going on. Actually, find Brainiac, but maybe it might not work. Are you doubting your own abilities? Not doubting. I just don't know the opponent's strength. Strength shouldn't be a problem for us. You say that normally. Yes, I do. We have one of the greatest tools in the universe on our hands, and we are one of the strongest species in the universe. Do you even listen to yourself? I do. Am I wrong? You're not wrong, but you're not right either. What are you talking about? Assuming Brainiac, he is weaker than us. That's not what we do. Right now, we don't know anything about the opponents. That is a problem. So we go in there assuming they are stronger than us. We are cautious. We have protocol. We have certain requirements, certain parameters and guidelines. Our guidelines right now are to not underestimate the opponent. Assume their power is equal to or greater than our own. Understood? Wow. What? Nothing. Just didn't realize you were very no nonsense like that. Sorry. Got a little serious there, Kara. But the reason why is because it might be happening soon. So we know where he might be. Not might, will be. Go on. Now, Deku would explain to Kara. Right now, they need to go take down Brainiac. Right now, a planet is going to be attacked. They made a map. Right now, the Guardians can track Brainiac, but they can't stop him. So, with that information already, does she really want to go in guns blazing? Now, Kara does think, and right now whenever her and Deku do go to meet up, the two do go flying into space. Now, the two do try to be careful. And right now after they do leave Oa's atmosphere and star system, the two, they actually do start to use their rings to fly. Now, the Guardians, they would pick this up. And right now, while they were gathering their force to head to Earth, the Kryptonians, they bailed. Not good. Now, right now, Kara and Deku, the two do go on their adventure. Right now, they need to head into space and stop Brainiac. Right now, they need to make sure Brainiac, he's brought to justice. Now, there actually is on the planet. Brainiac, he arrived. He had his ship come down and begin the process. Rip apart the ground around the city. Keep it stable. Keep it secure and keep it in one piece. Then place the dome and shrink Ray. Now, obviously, Brainiac, he had this down to a routine already. He's done it thousands and thousands of times. And right now, whenever he does go to pick up the city, there actually is where something does come entering the atmosphere. Brainiac turning his head and going to actually tell his ship, using his intellect, that right now he does want to scan and actually pick up on what that was. Now, there is actually Deku, who he does come flying down and around the ship, as he currently would, go to see Brainiac. The man staring at him, looking at him closely. Body shape, the way his face looks, structure, eye color, hair color, kryptonian. Ring, red lantern ring. Not much information known. Planet of origin uninteresting. Why is he... Now, Deku does currently start to shout at Brainiac. And right now Brainiac, he had actually could hear something. As inside of his ship, there is whenever Deku and Kara, they split up. Now, right now Brainiac, he does get to hear Kara smash into the side of his ship. Before, he himself just go tumbling forwards, and right now he would go to stare. As Deku, he does start to fight off many of the things Brainiac just started to send at him. The robots. And right now, Brainiac, he actually would go to step out. His ship is one of his most precious artifacts. One of the best things in his collection. It is massive. It is monstrous in size. And right now he will not allow it to be scratched by angry children. Now, Brainiac, he went to go greet the Kryptonians. Quite interesting. He had a plan to go find Superman soon. He heard a rumor that he was Kryptonian. The symbol on his chest. My. These two will be very unique additions to his collection. Now, right now Superman, or not Superman, right now Duville and Kara, these two, they are attacking Brainiac. And Brainiac, he does come into the battle. Now, we do actually have some time later. A fierce battle was fought. These two, they used their rings. They used their wrath. They used their powers. They took down Zod. They took down Brainiac, both Zod and House of L. And they found Kandor, the city. Now, Brainiac was locked up in his ship, and Kara and Deku, they tried to actually interface with the ship to get it to do quite a few things. Now, these two currently, they begin a bit of an adventure. Get Kandor back to a planet where things can be normal. And then they will begin the process of dropping this off with the Guardians. Yeah, the Guardians, they did what they could. They stood by, watched, had some popcorn, watched a few civilizations die. You know what they do. Now, Deku and Kara, they were angry against them. In what? In about a full day, maybe, they were able to take down Brainiac. Well, they just watched by for how long? Civilizations died because of them. And right now, these two, they drop Kandor on a planet. They get it resized, and everybody, they actually are a bit surprised and caught off guard. No more Brainiac. No more of his rule. And there actually is Deku and Kara. When these two came into the city, it was surprising. People were alarmed to see them. Kryptonians. And what is that? What are they wearing? Now, Deku and Kara, they began the process of looking around, trying to find anybody. And Deku, he actually was caught by immense surprise. Other Zods. He actually got to meet more Zods. And then there actually was Kara. Kara, she found some of her family. It was shocking to her. It was nice. And Deku, he sat down, had dinner with them. Kara, she sat down, had dinner with family. And the two, they had a bit of an idea, a thought in their head. They'll stay here for just a little bit. I mean, they've earned that, right? Just after the prison, the months of training, and the fight, they've earned this. Haven't they? Now, There actually is back on Brainiac's ship. Right now, Brainiac's ship, it does do quite a lot. The Kryptonians, they interfered with Brainiac. And under a certain protocol Brainiac has, he did something very intriguing. Right now, the Kryptonians, they believe they defeated Brainiac. They believe that Kandor has been restored. That's what's so simple about Kryptonians. They have very little ambition. They lived in a perfect society. But these two are given struggles. And they believe that they have happiness. Right now, Brainiac does sit there, looking at his monitor, watching the two stand there. They stand there and they are unaware. Time passes around them. And the two, they are both in the simulation. They are both witness to what happened to them. They are both going to watch. They will be a part of the civilization, whether they want to or not. They broke quite a lot of his toys. And right now, before he does shrink them down and actually put them inside, he wants to see how they act. If they act good, things will be okay. If they act well, things can be better. And maybe in a few years, when he watches them finally just give up, this will be interesting. Now, with that being said, Brainiac, he does watch on the monitor. What would happen? Right now, the actions these two do take. Right now, they believe themselves to be where? On a red planet. On a planet under a red star system. But really, all they did was set foot on his ship. Worst mistake they could have made. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.